This is the season 2 premiere, and I'm sorry if it's not what you're expecting, but I just gave up on reading scripts. I have a hard time with all that. In fact, I kind of suck as a content creator, but I'm a horrible narrator, but I really, really suck at remembering what I was going to say. So the way this works is just put it on and then just kind of wipe it off.
Wax on, wax off.
And it leaves this really clear image. I really like it. So back in season 1, where we left off at the end of the year, I'd taken the boat along the Solent in English. If you haven't seen season 1, by the way, which rag was I using? The blue pill or the red pill? This one's wet. I'm going to say that I applied with this one. Okay, help me remember. The dirty one is the clean one. The wet one is the application one. Okay. So I took the boat, Z Otter, from the Solent. We went around Land's End with my buddy and made it to, he left me just on the other side of Land's End. And from there, I took the boat by myself along the south end of England until we made it to Dover, where I picked up Diana and Mindy. Diana has been my longtime friend. I've known her forever. And then she thought it'd be fun to bring Mindy along. And Mindy is a boater. She owned a sailboat. I think it was in Michigan or something like that, or Lake Michigan in Chicago. And she enjoyed boating. So she thought she'd have a good time with me and Diana in England. So after one night in Dover, we took the boat across the English Channel, and we went to we checked in Ostend. Now, getting across the English Channel on this particular day was easy. I'd done it twice before, once to Calais, and then just one other time before. But I never covered that trip. That was before season 1. So I didn't quite cover all of that. I don't think I did. Maybe I did. No, I didn't, because season 1 was basically circumnavigating the UK in an Elling E4. And I talk about that all and how that trip went. So definitely check that out. That would be really great. My ambition here for season 2 is just to get it out, because I'm really having a really hard time, to be honest. So, because it's hard for me to be myself. It's hard for me to read a script. It's hard for me to memorize what I was going to say. So I just wanted to be, everyone says, be yourself. Okay, being myself, this is me. But this is me talking to a camera. It's not really me talking to, let's say, other people. So it's a little more awkward. But I know I'm talking to Roger because Roger watches all of my videos, and I appreciate you, Roger. You're a rock star. Thank you for supporting me and encouraging me. That's awesome. So while I'm doing this, Deborah is actually getting ready to do some laundry and do some other things. Outside looks great. I think I'm going to do the side windows next. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Okay, we're done here, but first I'm going to tell you, the trip from Dover to Ostend was about 70 miles. First step is to get across the English Channel. There's tons of traffic. If you know anything about the English Channel, there's like shipping lanes, and you have to cross at a right angle. If you don't, you're going to get in trouble. You have to know what channel to be on, whatnot. I think I have to go back and tell you what channel that should be. But then you're traveling from across the English Channel. You might actually end up in French waters, and then you're going south, I believe. No, you're going east-west. You're going one of the directions towards Ostend.
I don't know. But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
And if you know what direction you go in, just let everyone know in the comments. By the way, I'm not the expert here. I'm a total greenhorn. I'm a captain, but that just means I took the schoolwork and I have lots of boating experience. I'm just a very defensive driver. I tend to be safe and I enjoy boating and I have lots of experience, but I forget more than I ever knew. So it's rough. Does that even make sense? But the point I'm trying to make here is that I had a wonderful time crossing this time. Previously, it was more challenging. You can only cross at a right angle, and if you screw up, then they're gonna yell at you, and I don't like getting yelled at. So this time we were lucky. We just went straight across towards Calais, and then went, I'm gonna say east. Yeah, then we started going east towards Ostend, and we checked into Ostend. Ostend is a coastal place, and it's actually a really nice place. I'll tell you what I like about it in a minute. Let me just get down. This is kind of awkward. By the way, we're on my Linssen Dutch Sturdy 32-foot steel trawler. I'm happy on it in the Puget Sound, but it is probably not perfect for the Puget Sound, but it's perfect for me. So the trip to Ostend was actually really nice. It was the nicest, easiest day. There's absolutely no vessel traffic on our trajectory when we went across. It was super duper smooth. Oh no, I'm applying with the dirty rag. I'm just gonna say ADHD is real. And if you have it, you know it's no joke. A lot of people say, oh, I have ADHD, but they really don't. They don't even know what it's like. But anyway, the point is, maybe the point is that, by the way, this looks so much better already. I don't know what it does. I think it's just like a wax or a polish or something in it. I think it hides the water spots, but it doesn't actually remove them. But it looks nice. I don't care. Let's put a little bit on. Use the cleaner rag to get it off. So the trip over was brilliant. It was smooth. It was calm. It was chill. And we made it to Ostend. But actually when we were cruising along the coast, and then suddenly I saw a ship, and it was like a military ship, and then I saw this rubber raft full of people. At first I thought it was full of immigrants, but then as I looked closer, it looked like they were doing some sort of exercise. I'm not sure what it was. That was kind of interesting. Broke up the monotony of nothingness, which is something that happens out there. So yeah, so that was actually pretty cool. What do you think? Does that look better? I can still see at a certain angle the water spot, so maybe I'm going to just wax on a little more firmly and do it a little better. Okay, I'm going to turn around this way. And then it was kind of random while I was just sitting there. Okay, I'm going to use the proper rag this time. While I was just sitting there, this random bee. Maybe it's not really a bee, but it landed on me. I really enjoyed the ride. So yeah, I had a good time. Kind of cute. Got a chance to really get a good look at him. I don't think it's a bee. I think it looks like a bee. That's better. That looks a lot better. And I do this maybe once a year. I don't do this a lot. And I think it protects it. I keep my boat undercover. And I think that protects the isinglass. It doesn't get yellow or anything like that. So I'm happy about that. I'm just going to publish this. I'm not going to edit it much. I spend a lot of time editing these videos, and it takes up a lot of time. I'm not going to be able to get the story out, but I'm going to keep trying all sorts of new things. Based on the last video that I published, it got like 130 views, and YouTube is a real challenge, actually. If you've ever done it, if you're a YouTube content creator, you know you have to go through the pains, except if you're that random YouTuber that's really fortunate and blessed and has that knock it out of the park, and you just have that right thing. For me, it's a total struggle. You know, I started my own business. I ran it for years. I raised children as a full-time single father for years. Everything's a struggle for me. Nothing's easy, but I would say trying to create a successful YouTube channel is hard, but success is in the eye of the beer holder, because actually feel like I have some success on YouTube because, one, you're watching, two, we're monetized. Yeah, we got monetized after a year, so that's not so bad. This is probably not a good look, But you know what? They say, show up, be yourself. Okay, this is me. So yeah, I'll keep washing this. Get it clean and shiny, because I don't like the water spots on there. And keeping a boat Bristol is a full-time job. There's no question. I don't care how big that boat is. I don't care how small it is. It's a full-time job. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up. Also leave a comment, perhaps even subscribe. So that's it. That's all I got for this first episode of the new season. Next week, we're going to talk about Ostend, where to stay, how to check in, lots more. I have some great video to share with you about my experience. From Ostend, then we go to Bruges, and from Bruges, we go to Ghent. And so in the next episode, I'm not exactly sure how far we'll get, but I'm going to keep the episodes to about 10 minutes each until the channel starts taking off again. My best videos have received over 35,000 views. Typically is about 1,000 to 1,500. Not bad for an aspiring content creator without a lot of drama. So I'm doing my best, building relationships with each of you one at a time. Thanks for your encouragement. If you're new to the channel, if you want a shout out, just leave a message, a comment. I'm certainly not going to remember everyone's name, all 5 people, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to continue to evolve, and this is my new job until further notice. I enjoy creating content, but I have to make it in a way that is functional. I can't do this where it's going to hurt me to create, because I can get super duper creative and spend 40 hours a week, but if no one's watching the videos, it doesn't make sense. I think what Josh is trying to say is trying to make the channel sustainable without burning out, right? Eventually I might stumble across something that works. Maybe I won't, but I'm not sure how long I'll keep going, but I'm going to keep telling the story. Deborah enjoys doing it. I enjoy doing it. We definitely have a lot more content to share in season 3, where we're actually doing a lot of narrating while we're recording, talking about what's happening. That should make everything a lot more viable for the long haul. And hopefully the quality will improve. So stick around. Hopefully you'll join us for more episodes of Port to Port. Thanks for watching. Cheers.